You should never touch this on your Subaru. This is what we call the Subaru's EyeSight. And the reason as to why I'm cautioning you against touching it, that is because it has a very sensitive lens, just like your eyes. Actually, when you look at them closely, it just looks like a pair of eyes. And they help a lot in your car. They have quite a number of functions. And the first function is what we call adaptive cruise control. So what is adaptive cruise control? When you engage the adaptive cruise control inside your car, you ease off the accelerator, you ease off the brakes. All you need to do, hold on to the steering wheel and the car will drive itself. What happens is that this system, this EyeSight system, it's always in constant collaboration with the ECU. It scans the road ahead, and in case of anything, it gives prompt feedback back to the ECU. And now from there, the ECU is able to communicate maybe to the injectors, to the brakes on how to act accordingly. If maybe you're driving too fast and the car ahead of you slows down, then automatically your car will decelerate on its own without your input. You don't have to step on the brake pedal. The same way, if the car ahead of you now accelerates, your car automatically accelerates on its own without you depressing on the accelerator. It helps you in driving. So another function other than the adaptive cruise control is what we call the lane assist. These are your eyes of your car, the eyes of your car. It's more like you have 4 pairs of eyes. Anyway, don't mind that. So what happens is it's able to scan the road ahead. And don't forget, you're always supposed to stick on your lanes if you want to avoid any collision, any accident. If you want to ensure that your car doesn't have scratches left, right, center, you need to stick to your lanes. And that is where the EyeSight system comes into play. Whenever you get outside your lane, it always gives you a warning. So beep, 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 on your, as in it beeps, and then on your dashboard, it shows you that you are not keeping to your lanes. Hence, helping you avoid any collision or any unprecedented occasions or occurrences on the road. That is for lane assist. Now, onto the third one is what we call the drive assist. When it comes to drive assist, maybe you're driving on the highway and you're really accelerating, you're really cruising so fast. And then this system is able to detect that the rate at which you're approaching the car ahead of you is not safe. A collision is imminent. So what does it do? First of all, it gives you warning sounds. If you don't heed to the warning sounds, it automatically brakes the car. It's not only warning you as a driver, but at the same time, it's taking measures to ensure your safety as a driver. So the car will decelerate, and any imminent collision, any imminent accident that was awaiting, it's able to be avoided. That is for the drive assist mode. Now, however, we always say that for everything that has an advantage, it has a disadvantage. So what are the disadvantages or the limitations? Let me use the word limitations. What are the limitations of the EyeSight system? Just like your eyes, if you look directly into the sun, you'll squint. When you squint, your visibility is limited. The same way, when you're working in darkness or in foggy situations, you can't see well, you'll be struggling to see. That's the same thing with these two eyes. When it's really, maybe you're driving into the sunset, it simply means that a lot of light is now shining onto these eyes, limiting their visibility. So what happens is that the adaptive cruise control will disengage, and it will alert you as a driver. It will just let you know that adaptive cruise control disengaged. Now that means you have to trust your 2 bare eyes to see you through. So what do you, now the same thing when you're driving in fog, maybe when the month of July it's really cold and the skies and the environment around is just misty, foggy, visibility is limited. And the same way your visibility is limited, the same way their visibility is limited. So they automatically disengage. Now, how do you go about overcoming this limitation? What happens is that some car systems, the systems come paired up with something we call radar system. Now, the radar system, it's usually positioned right around the front part of your car. So what happens with the radar system? The radar system is not affected by changes in weather. It's not affected by direct sunlight. It's not affected by misty or foggy situations. So when these EyeSights no longer see, then they've got another helper, and that is the radar system to help you in navigating up and about. right? So if you want to really have the wholesome experience of drive assist system, always consider for going with for having a system that has both the EyeSight and the radar system. That ensures that you get the best of both worlds. When the weather is favorable, the EyeSight is functioning. When the weather conditions are no longer favorable, then the radar system kicks in. So there you have it. That is what we call the Subarus EyeSight. I've highlighted how it functions and what are its advantages. However, there's something I would want to caution you about concerning this system. Some of these systems are highly sensitive. And we know about our Kenyan roads. Maybe the car ahead has slowed down and then the system in your car kicks in so fast that it decelerates and brings you to an imminent stop. What that happens is that the driver who was behind you, they know in Kenya, we know our driving habits. We don't know how to keep distance. So when your car stops simply because the system has kicked in, the car behind you will ram into your car. An accident has occurred. So what I would advise is maybe if you're driving in traffic, if you're driving in congested areas, kindly disengage this system. And you as the driver must be on the lookout. You as the driver must be very keen. You as the driver must know that you are in charge and in control of your car. Now, if you're maybe driving for long distances, you're cruising the Thika Marwa highway, you're cruising the Nakuru highway, as in you're covering long distances, then maybe you can engage this system and it will help you. This is what you need to understand. This is not the Tesla, all right? This is not a self-driving car. No, this is what we call a driver assist system. It's simply helping you as the driver. It's not you totally depending on it. It's not you totally relying on it. It's just assisting you as the driver. So always ensure that you are in control of your car as a driver and you are always very conscious of where you're driving and how you're driving. So anyway, there you have it. Now let me tell you something. The reason as to why, do you know the reason as to why the Subaru discontinued the manual transmission version? That is because they realized that the manual version is not compatible with the adaptive cruise control. And if something is not compatible, you'll have to forego something. A compromise has to be met. So what happened is that Subaru did away with the manual version in order for the cars to be compatible with the adaptive cruise control. Now, quick question to you. Would you forego the manual transmission for the adaptive would you forego the manual transmission for the adaptive cruise control? Let me know in the comment section. Now, finally, if you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe. This is where I share informative and educative car content tailor-made just for you.